Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M12. It's the Tier 7 American SPG. This one's located on the northeast spawn of Westfield under the command of me, General Disturbance. Now this follows on from the previous videos you saw about the second mark being obtained on two Arty that I haven't played for quite some while, the M40 M43 and the Lorraine 15551. This is my M12. You can see it's two marked already, and this video is actually basically to describe how screwed up the marks of excellence really are by the nerf. Yes, because it really is quite yeah, they have been devastated quite a bit. Rounds out the Skoda. It did actually hit him. I'm going to change position slightly just in case somebody was waiting for somebody to fire at that bush. If they saw the tracer coming out of it, they'll fire at the bush, hopefully, and I'll get some warning. But I'm not going to stay in the open for too long. Rounds out the Tornwagen. Didn't get a hit. It actually went long. Okay, got a Tiger 1 up there. Oh no, this is more dangerous. The enemy's actually slipping around behind our guys. So this will be the next target, the T103. Rounds out, and he stops just as I fired. So he must have got some warning, sound warning, or he heard the roar from the guns and thought, yeah, something's coming my way. So I only got some stun on him, but he didn't get hit, and we're starting to lose team players. I'm loaded. Rounds out the Tiger 1. It looked like it was heading in the right direction, but he managed to dodge that. I'm now going to move back into the bushes again because nobody fired at them, so it's a possibility they don't know I'm here, although they can probably feel I'm here every time they get hit. Okay, going for the T34. Oh, he fooled me there. He made as if he was going to go backwards, and then he stopped and went forwards again. Again, I think this is sound detection that's actually identifying when they're being fired on. I did get some stun assist off the T34 because he got hit by some pretty big shells, and they're going to try and take out the Tiger 1. Rounds out. No, he got a direct hit. 233. Now the M12's got a 155mm howitzer. It's a French, sorry, it's not a howitzer, it's a French gun actually. It was built in 1942 and 1943. They only built 100 of them, and only 74 of them actually saw action. The rest were retained in the United States as training aids. Tornwagen's going for our Viz 44-1. Unfortunately, it means that I'll probably stun my 44. It didn't actually say that, but I was hoping it would do some damage, but it wouldn't kill him. And we've lost all of our people up the north, so I'm going to get a visit from these guys very shortly, and that's going to be rather painful. I think we've lost this game, more than likely. There's somebody pushing that wreck, so I fired in, and yes, I think somebody took a shell there. But yes, this game is over. There's only 3 left. I'm one of them. And the SU-130 PM is on the way. I'm going to try and lock on if I can. I'm still loading. Not ready. And I get killed. So not much damage in that game. Not much stun assist for that matter. And it's about to be a loss. The sole remaining player on our team, an LTG, went over to the other end of the map and is now trying to take out the M12, and he's got him. So this game is going to be over as soon as they can get to the LTG. They are capping, but I don't know if they want to cap out or kill the LTG. It does look as if they're getting cap out. Some of them are trying to get close. Well, the LCG took out the T71DA. Will he be able to take out the T34? No. And they have capped out. Here's the end of battle stats, and despite the fact that I did very little damage, that was the third mark game. Yeah, it was an absolutely dreadful game, and I was shocked. I thought, how can this possibly have clicked over to third mark? I knew I'd done a lot of damage before the nerf, and I hadn't played this Arty since the nerf, so I was absolutely flabbergasted that such a poor game would actually give me a third mark of excellence. But there it is. Let's have a look at team score. And you can see I only did 575 hit points of damage. The high score in the game was that Tornvang did 3,513 hit points. And the second highest damage was the Scorpion doing 3,282. And he got Tank Sniper. The Tornvang got the High Caliber and Confederate. When it came to third highest damage, that was the T103, 2,831. And, well, 575 hit points. And it gets you a third mark. That shows you how badly the nerf has screwed up the marks of excellence. When it comes to kills, we can see that it's the M103 that does the T103 that does the best with 4 kills. 2 kills went to the LTG, the Scorpion G, and the Leo on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yeah, it's the enemy team that does best. 1,053 to the Tornvang. 1009 to the T103, 724 to the T34 100, and I only got 199. That is so depressing. So I said it was an anticlimax. I really thought I was going to get something good if the moment I got my third mark, that it would be some rip-roaring game where I scored a huge amount of credits, huge amount of XP, and some medals to go with it. But all it was a complete dud. 8 shots fired, 3 direct hits, 7 splash, 575 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Received 2 hits from the enemy, took me out the game. 4 enemy vehicles damaged, no kills, and 928 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. I only earned 14,575 credits from that game, and only 298 XP. So, yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I wanted a really great game where, yes, all the bells and whistles and the flashing lights, but no, I get this thing. So, let's have a look at the next game and see what happens in that one. And here we are in the second battle, and this is in my 2-marked M44, and again, I haven't played this since the nerf, but I do know that the reload time has gone up considerably. Used to be only about 15 seconds and a bit. I think 15.2, 15.3, but now it's gone up to 17.07 seconds for a reload. I'm going to try and find a place somewhere in this corner. I'm going to knock down some of the scenery first. I know you shouldn't do that normally, but in this instance I think, well, the enemy knows that we're going to be in this corner, so I'm going to knock down a bit of it, and it'll give him somewhere to guess exactly where in this corner I happen to be. Okay, ready to go, and the Hummel's set up just ahead of me. As you know, it's a 155mm howitzer, and there's some debate over how many of these are actually built. In fact, I think it was probably only about 250, because they can't be certain. There were some that were actually sent for export, and quite a few are actually still owned by the Turks. Turkish army still has them, and has them in storage, I believe. Oh, that was a shot, I think, from the Hummel or the other M44. So I put a direct hit into that target to give them a bit of stun assist. Now, I think the Turkish army have actually had their M44s redesigned, and they've now got Rheinmetall guns instead of, or howitzers, instead of the ones that they originally were built with. IS has decided to hide round the corner, and I suddenly notice some enemy tanks are really close. So my guns swivel round in its mount. Oh! I can't believe that missed the target, but it did. Now this is an encounter game, and the enemy is capping at this moment. But we seem to be ignoring that. And I'm going to focus on this Viz 44. Now that's better. 155 hit points. 153 hit points, I should say. And it looks like my shell hit first because I didn't get any stun assist from my teammate in the Hummel hitting it. Now that's disappointing. I can't hit that target. No. In fact, nothing really. I'm in the worst possible place to fire. And in fact, I see that Striv 74 moving. So I'm going to go back to this bush to try and intercept that Striv 74 coming up behind my teammates on the south approach. There's another Striv 74 on our team. I'm trying to stop him. And that gives him a bit of a whack on his rear. And he does take some damage. Looks like the enemy Arty is focusing on our Striv as well. And the other Artys on our team are doing that as well. Now he's a stun assist, he's a splash kill now. And look at that, the shell lands nowhere near him. Really short. Very short. It was aimed directly at him, but didn't go anywhere near him. Trying to desperately reload in time. No, I can't get the splash kill. And my teammate tried the same, but he couldn't get anything. Okay, we've got a Hellcat in the IS. Our teammate got wiped out up there. Nope, that was dreadful. I'm not doing much better. They've got two in the cap now. We can't see them at all, so we don't know exactly where they are. We just have the mini-map to tell us. Viz 44. Rounds out. Yeah, that got him. Okay, so he's out the game. I can now focus on the resets. That's what I should be doing anyway. Just having a quick look at these guys. They're not really a threat. No, I'm going to try a shot on the IS, I think. No, everybody seems to fire at him and no one got him. I'm going to change position. If I'm going to fire at the cap, I need to be further over. I'm going to go over to this gap here and shoot from here. Whoop. Get this right. Our 45 TP's moving over to try and find out where the enemy in the cap are. Now I think somebody is in that corner. The T150 was seen there. Oh, there he is. He is there. I can't hit him that side, but I tried. It's a little too far away, but I'm going to try the other side to see if I can get a reset. 45 TP's now sitting in the cap to stop the cap count. That's dialed in. Yep, that worked. That reset him. Unfortunately, the Caro P88 is coming down to kill the 45 TP and has succeeded. And I'm still loading. I'm going to try and get around into the Caro as he retreats. Well, I did touch him because I got another 7 capture points. My teammate fired one in as well on that spot. I was hoping he might still be there. No, hit the building. And now we've got the 88 coming hell for leather straight down towards us. So I'm going to have to focus on him for the meanwhile, even though we've got 2 in the cap. See if I can stop him. Oh, my teammate stopped him. And I get a direct hit for 215. And some stun assist off that one. Come on, reload. Looks like he is going to go. Yes, he's gone. Okay, I'm going to fire back at the same spot for the T150 again. See if he's still there. No, it doesn't. It looks like he's moved. But the question is, we don't know where. He could be anywhere inside the cap. We've got no one near to spot. And now the enemy is coming into the cap area, into the hill area. And I fire a shot at the VK, stunned him, but I have to move from that position because I've been, or will be spotted, and the enemy's capped out in the meanwhile. I could have picked a spot in the cap, but it wouldn't have really made a difference. There was 2 in there, and they've capped out to win. Well, yet another disappointing game, and yet another Third mark of excellence. Yeah, again, I said the nerf strikes. Yes, a really disappointing game. Not very good in my book, and yet I'm still getting awarded a third mark when really I shouldn't be. I got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I got 6, and my win rate was only 1043, which is good, but not excellent. It's about average, really. Let's have a look at team score. You can see I only got 704 hit points of damage in that game. The high scorer was our Tiger P. 2,139 hit points went to him. Second highest damage in the game was the Super Hellcat with 1,436. He was actually sitting at the base of the hill and just didn't go up to check and find out where the enemy was, so we couldn't reset. The third highest damage was in fact the Hellcat. No, actually, I'm getting this wrong. It's not the Hellcat, it's the CS44 with 1,250. So when I only got 7-4, I did mention that actually. When it comes to kills, there was only 2 players who actually managed to get 2 kills, and that was the IS and the Strip 74. Everyone else got either 1 or nothing. I only got 1 kill in that one. And when it came to base XP, it's the enemy team did the best, but they didn't do very well either. The CS44 did 673. Their M44 managed to get 575. And then our Tiger P managed 554 because he got the most damage. And you can see I'm further down the table with 306. So it's a generally disappointing game all round, I think, for everyone. But the enemy team did win. I fired 16 shots in that game, got 4 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, 11 splash. Damage of 704 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 1, did 855 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns, and I got 13 defense points when I reset the gap. I earned 38,945 credits, very, very low for a M44, and took away 688 XP. And yet again, very disappointed. I thought that this would be as I said, a bells and whistles games where everything happened, and I scored a massive amount right at the top of the table, possibly even a high caliber or something like that. And yet I'm disappointed with a second-rate game, and yet I get awarded a third mark. And that shows you how badly the nerf screwed up Arty, because it basically lowered the expectations for all the damage you could actually get. And because my previous games were very high damage in comparison, this one topped it over the edge and gave me a third mark. So I do feel sort of like cheated, because I felt that I would actually get something dramatic on my third mark, but nope, didn't get that. Instead I got nothing. So despite the fact that I've now got 2 Arties with third marks, in fact actually I think I've got more than 2 Arties with third marks, I'm very, very disappointed that this has happened. And it just goes to show how really stupid Wargaming were to change around Arty when it really didn't need it. I mean, just take for instance Klaus Kellerman. One of his favourite tunes used to be, or favourite sayings I should say, was "I'm stunned again." Whoa! I haven't heard him sing that in nearly 6 months since the nerf. In fact, you're very unlikely to get stunned now again, because most people, they're not getting hit by Arty anymore. And I think that's what Wargaming had in mind when they made the changes. They effectively wanted to force people away from Arty altogether, and very few people are playing it now, or fewer than were playing it before, and as a consequence, Klaus Kellerman's not singing his song anymore. Well, I think he did sing it just the other day, but I think that was the first in a long time, and I think he was surprised that he was singing it at the time, because it was very surprising that it'd been so long since he last sang it. But there you go. So, very disappointed. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.